kettlebell swing is an awesome exercise, but we want to make sure we're avoiding these common mistakes. The first thing we're going to look at is the setup position. So we want to make sure in that setup position that we push the hips down and back. Your shoulders stay above your hips and your hips are above your knees. Common mistakes I often see. When the bell is too close, we don't hinge as much. We drop down, I'm not in a good position here. I then tilt the bell backwards, I'm still not in a very, very good position. You can see my shoulders and hips are on the same level. My shoulders are not above my hips. So that's not going to allow me to get into this really good position as I hike the bell backwards. The bell starts too far in front. I'm now having to reach forward. See, notice how my hips are high. Now my shoulders are lower than my hips. Again, not going to help me to get into that good position to receive the bell. So we want to make sure that the bell is creating a triangle with our feet. I'm going to hinge backwards and I reach my arms forward. So now here, my shoulders are above my hips. I tilt the bell backwards. I pull my shoulders down and back to drag the bell towards me. And now my legs are loaded. I'm creating a lot of tension. So now I can receive that bell. And powerfully go into my swing. So once we have the setup position correct, we're setting you up for success. You're going to hike the bell through the legs. We want to make sure we can maintain shoulders above the hips, hips above knees. Another common mistake we see is that we start here, and then as you hike the bell through, your shoulders drop and or your hips lift. Okay, so now I'm in a high hip hinge. Okay, so I'm not able to access as much power from my legs. Now, this is not necessarily bad, but it's not setting you up for success, being able to use as much power from your legs. So you want to make sure that when you're hiking the bell through, we're in this position, shoulders are still above hips, hips are still above knees, then you push your feet into the floor, extend your knees, extend your hips. I can now get more power from my legs. The bell's going to come up to chest height. I'm able to stack my body, shoulders above hips, hips above heels, to create more power and more tension in that rep. Now when we stand up, we want to think about generating power with the legs, not the arms. This is the next common mistake I see, being passive with the legs and then having to use the arms to assist us. So the most obvious sign that this is happening is that the bell just won't come to chest height with your body in a straight line. In order for you to get it here, you're probably going to have to lean backwards, okay, but now I'm not locking out my legs and I'm compromising my lower back. Or the bell just doesn't make its way up towards that position with your body in a straight line. So you want to really push your feet down into the floor. Imagine like you're jumping without physically leaving the floor. So I want to go from this position to this position as quickly as you can. Okay? You can even practice without the weight. Really think about pushing your feet down, extend your hips rapidly, exhaling as your hips extend. Okay, notice how it's like I'm jumping, but my feet are not leaving the floor. So you want to be aggressive and forceful as you push down into the floor. The more you push down, the faster the bell will swing up. Okay. Now we've got the bell up, we need to make sure that we set ourselves up for success on the way down. The most common mistake I see on the way down is breaking out the hips too early. Okay. You want to let the bell come down, let it come down, let it come down. You might think to yourself, shit, I'm going to have an accident, but you won't. You'll hinge. Your hands will go through your legs high and tight, your hips will go backwards, your shoulders will stay above your hips, and you're in a perfect position to push again. If you break too early, the bell's going to come down and your hand's going to be underneath your knees. The bell's going to lose momentum and you're going to end up putting yourself in a compromised position. From here, my chest is up, my hips are dropping down instead of loading backwards. So you want to make sure that you're always controlling the weight high through the hips, should always enter your legs above the line of your knees. So your wrist should hit your inner thighs. Okay? You just want to be patient, making sure that your elbow and your forearm are going to touch your body. Then the bell is going to pull your hips down, back and through, and then drive out. So again, step one is that setup position. Shoulders above hips, pull those shoulders back. Step two is maintaining position of the hips, not hiking the hips up when you receive that bell. Then step 3, okay, rapidly extend your legs. Step 4, hinging at the latest possible moment. So step 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is your kettlebell swing.